Boomich trades. Very standard stuff to get this party started. Glaive getting the one and done. Perfecto patrolling the smoke. This is ballsy with the gap, and he's found Dupree. What a scalp to take. S-Attack doesn't want to reveal his location, hasn't sprayed to try and finish the job. He can hear him though. And Perfecto's a hero for Na'Vi. After a slew of CT rounds, he's found 2 entries onto 2 of the hardest hitters of Astralis. Magisk still kicking though.
Simple has the bomb. They need to make up their minds, and Perfecto is still going. 3 kills finally put down by Device.
Winnable.
Very much so. Device, though, looking for that AK, looking for something more.
Hit probably as well. There's one just to his left.
Yep, that goes in towards the kitty of everything he's building.
Has to reload. There's only 5 bullets.
Now, neither of them are watching this for now, but there's going to be a time limit that takes in. Simple now, very aware of the possibility. First port of call.
Only 5 bullets.
Yeah, you can make that work. It's Device we're talking about. That's a problem, though. They'll swing on the util. And Simple punishes, so Perfecto, what a performance. You were talking about him as a name to watch, a bit of a sleeper cell. And Na'Vi have come alive, as has Perfecto. Starting to really get into his groove in that Na'Vi jersey. Look at the plays he's making. That's Dupree. A predictable fight, but a well-handled, and the second is impressive as well.
12 HP he does that.
S-Attack's to be kicking himself.
This as well.
I mean, catch that live. Great shots, and look at the fan cams. My God, there's a lot of Na'Vi fans, and I'm not surprised. A very easy team to be a fan of, and the Counter-Strike as well.
If Astralis lose this, they're out of money, and Na'Vi are up to 15 rounds. Their lost bonus is in the bin.
Oh, Glaive, now is the time to be brave. Hold your nerve. There's so many around you. Perfecto to the left, Electronic to the right. He has to get this just right. The
flash, team flash.
He's blind, but he sees Perfecto, but he's got to understand. Simple's out there. No, it's Boomich who gets him down. But we've already had Electronic slip through towards Secret. Dupree seems aware, down towards lower. Simple is actually further back this time around. Now, yard control yet to find its final destination. Device certainly now hyper aware of the possibility of pressure.
A lot of utility left for Na'Vi now, as we see Flamey setting up a smoke towards the locker room. It's the skybox, triples on down, lands perfectly in front of those windows. Looks like their intention is back over towards lobby, as they will just be leaving Electronic down. Secret. Boomich is regrouped with Simple and Flamey.
So in a dream world, is Electronic taking contact first, or is this a late arrival from him?
Leave him where he is, get this ramp pressure first, and then he can start the squeeze.
Boomich is burning. He's going to have to go. 1 HP, Boomich, yeah. But it looks a bit fakey now. The incendiary, though, did separate them, and Electronic caught by Dupree just on the perfect stairs hold.
15 seconds.
Yeah, this one's just going to peter out into nothingness.
Be a save, even.
Might have to be.
Push the money, yeah.
What have they got? 2,900 lost bonus?
Yeah, so it's not going to be the best for Perfecto, but everybody else will be sitting all right for cash. Boomich and Electronic will be able to buy Perfecto down to just 3K. Flamey and Simple will need to use their residual cash without the loss bonus to invest into utility here. But as we hit 14-14, the money for both teams is on a knife edge. Astralis have the $1,400 loss bonus. The fact that they kept 4 players alive in this round right here is instrumental if we do end up having a close one right now. You can see a little bit of extra cash for Dupree, Magisk, and S-Attack as we leave spawn. Boomich has opted for the Deagle, so Perfecto's been gifted that AK. The in-game leader having some faith in the newest edition right here, and he needs to come up big over towards ramp initially, and it looks like they're doing early pressure.
Yeah, S-Attack's got a nade in his hands. That's a good chance. He's ahead of the incendiary, drops off. Device has rotated in, but the Molotov will force him back. Space, ramp is theirs. That's a big start. Looking to regain control with the flashbang. No one willing to push. The molly still burns. Simple joining the party here in ramp. Now then, this is when Na'Vi have to make a decision.
Oh, the boost. This is going to be filthy.
You can park him there.
You can watch so much from this position. He's not tucked in passively towards the box. If they try and come out and take space back from ladder base, or if they try and poke their head up ramp, Simple will send them back to where they came. Lurk smoke out hut now. That's going to keep Dupree honest. Cannot push, cannot play for info. And a Squeaky smoke in exchange. So they've negated one another right now. Smoke and Squeaky both smoked. They should just go ramp right now with this. Look at the utility left. So 2 smokes and a Molotov. We've seen teams make lower plays work with less.
Esatag and Magist, though, they're already set up. This will not be an easy ramp take. They've set up in a nice divided, that's the word I'm looking for, crossfire. Now, throwing out a smoke at the 30-second mark. We know that's the magic number. They're going to have to either deny this or walk through it. And that's what Perfecto's doing. Esatag holding the smoke push, and he's already found one. Now it's time for Magist to do what he can do on the flash. There it is, but Flamey gets it all the same. 1 for 1 with Magist after finding the initial contact. Bomb needs to go down. Simple and Boomich to clutch. He's planting safe from Decon, and oh wow, Dupree winning all the jewels. He's going to have to close the jewel. He hasn't got the time, hasn't got the health. And now it is going to be map point for Astralis, and they've only got 3.4 on the low end, 4.4 on the high. Na'Vi playing for overtime here on Astralis' map pick. Looking a bit shaky on that T side. It's been great from the defense. Dupree on that low side rotate. He consistently finds the multi-kills necessary.
Holding on to that utility right there from Astralis was key. That smoke denying one of the access points towards the lower bomb site. Full buy is going to come on out. Orb still for Device. Back 10 for Perfecto. Boomich with a Tech 9. Astralis win this. We go on to map number 3. Will be Train.
Ooh, fast flash. Dupree's blind, sprays in wildly, sees nothing. Does cause a death, but there comes some more flame. He's just got Glaive. We're into a 2v3 and Esatag. Oh my god, this is mayhem. This could be OT. Device a 1v2 AWP and a Deagle.
Na'Vi's chaos. They just managed to create it right into the final round of regulation. Device has a chance in the 1 versus 2. Patrolling now, X-ray off and finds another completely left sleeping. 16 bullets in the AK. Simple in the one-on-one, and Device is ready! He does it! What a clutch! Finds the header, Simple, and that's gonna get the Copenhagen boys a little louder. Astralis are taking us to another map of play.
We are the Zealots. F's in the chat if you guys like the music.
We feel the heat, but we don't wanna let go. We answer questions that we ask alone. I hear the words, but they're coming out a minute ago. Stop, would you give up the fight if you had no time to even surrender? Would you give up your rights and let your life slide away? There's a that feeling hate when it suffocates at the bottom. Don't take the bait, just walk away, resuscitate your nirvana. I feel the way I've never felt before. I finally found what I'm looking for. Stop, would you give up the fight if you had no time to even surrender? Would you give up your rights and let your life slide away? There's a race, so you've been made to race. Forever in our open arms, we're thankful we made it safe so far. We proudly show our battle scars because they made us who we are. Would you give up the fight if you had no time to even surrender? Would you give up your rights and let your life slide away? There's a race, so you've been made to race. Love
That was the Zealots giving you a live performance with their Fs in the chat and all of that good stuff. Na'Vi and Astralis perhaps paying their respects as well, because it's full 16-14, a performance worthy of a grand final, and it was a clutch, none other than Device securing us and avoiding that overtime. It looked like Na'Vi might have had that one in the bag. Chad, what's your take on Nuke? I mean, you did get what you expected, a full close game at least.
I'm having a rough time putting my finger on the difference makers. Now, obviously, as you mentioned, a clutch to close out the game. That's fantastic. That's a difference maker in itself right there. But just taking a look, both teams won their T-sided pistols. I even felt like Astralis could have won their CT pistol, but they went for like some weird lobby crunch into the Glocks.
That was odd.
So it could have potentially been even cleaner for Astralis here. And when map 1, we kind of reflected on what we learned and if everything was trickling in the way that we wanted it to be going for both teams. Well, Astralis scraping through on Nuke here at least sets us up for Train. And I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. Simple's still playing well towards the top of the scoreboard there. But other than that, I don't know really where this game goes. Just a tight one.
Yeah, I really, looking towards Na'Vi for a quick glance, obviously Perfecto had a good little bit of impact there. A couple of those rounds were very nice from him. But on the other side, for me, Dupree's rotations was such a nuisance to deal with. His constant presence towards that lower side. If S-Tag feels too much pressure, okay, I'm back down there with you. Device then with S-Tag, always supporting towards ramp. There's plenty of moving parts to the Astralis puzzle, but they did seem to play together. The T side from Na'Vi did seem as though it just got a little stalled out towards the end there.
Yeah, no, it certainly did. Chad, that T-side finish, as Lauren's starting to indicate, did feel like they started to kind of hit a bit of a brick wall. Kind of passive lobby holds and yard explorations with nothing to dig your teeth in.
Yeah, it's a little bit weird because they were given a lot of room, right? They were given ramp
control.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I think the fact that the two players that Lauren was highlighting there, Dupree and S-Tag, were both so handily and ready to rotate towards the lower side meant that they weren't comfortable going straight down there. But in a lot of those rounds, they were playing passive over into the window side. And they're not to know, right? They're not to know exactly where those rotations were, but we could see that gap. This was that 1-on-2 there from Device to close things on out. And maybe, I think as we move into Train, I want to start setting my sights there. This is where they're undefeated, Astralis. They played it 3 times, and S-Tag is the highest rated player for them over those 3 maps. Okay. So now we can start building a little bit of the romantic storyline that the new boy on the block could have his chance to shine in the sun here, because Astralis get to start on the CT side of this map. Na'Vi have picked this as their second choice. And if S-Tag, gets the ball rolling on a map like Train, then I'm going to be very excited to see if this series can go the distance. Na'Vi, they're still threatening, right? 16-14 loss. They're not going to be feeling too bad about it. Sure, they would have liked to have closed it as quickly as possible.
Yeah, but I mean, feel free to focus on Train now. We have the stats up on screen. So not only Astralis are undefeated on it, you said 3-4 times?
3.
It's 3-1 at the moment.
So I'm just counting with S-Tag. I've taken Bubsky out of the roster here, so I'm just looking at...
Who was that against? It was that first one they did, right? It was like Complexity or something? I just can't remember, if I'm honest.
They lost to Complexity as the opening game of Pro League, 2 overtime maps back-to-back. Right. But they've been looking very good with S-Tag in the roster on this map. And if we want to point out a couple of the tidbits here, I suppose, is that they have a bunch of players who are happy to AWP on this one, right? Megas go over towards the Ivy position, likes to pick up the secondary AWP on the CT side. Device, I love his rotations. Yeah, it's strange, right? But S-Tag, I don't think he's going to be picking it up too much within his positions. But I've really been liking how mobile Device has been, right? Ramp, there was a couple of key examples where he was playing over towards that ladder position. Train is an even better map to be doing that. You're patrolling all those backlines, rotating towards that inner side of things. This isn't going to be an easy task for Na'Vi. I'm curious as to why they opted for Train. Their Train's obviously very good as well, but it's a map where Astralis have been looking very, very good. So I've wanted to see more Astralis Train. I'm glad we're getting it in the series.
Yeah, I mean, let's not forget this is another one of those maps that has always looked quite intimidating for them. But another point that I want to make is that when I talked about Astralis' Train, I talk about Zepex's inner hold.
Sure.
What happened? What's happening there now?
S-Tag's going to be...
he is straight up picking up the baton.
Yeah, at least that's what he was doing previously. So let's hope that he's over towards that same position again. But I think, looking at Na'Vi's Train, they've got 4 on the trot themselves. Win over OG, Heroic, G2, and Complexity. Those are those last 4 results. So 2 good Train teams going toe-to-toe.
Now, I was still remembering that Ents game, though, that scared me when we first looked at Na'Vi online, but that story is now over. I'm done with that one. The others have convinced me. So this should be an absolutely brutal game.
Yeah, you heard from Lauren, you heard from Chad. Now you'll see it in the server yourself. We take a break and then we head over to Train.
With the right CPU, you can turn any game from familiar to phenomenal. Unleash the potential in all your gaming with Intel 10th Gen processors. with its optimal balance of threads, cores, and frequency to deliver elite real-world performance. Only Intel can bring Marvel's Avengers to life with in-game PC optimizations. Supercharge your Marvel's Avengers experience with Intel Core i5, i7, and i9 processors.
What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
The stage is set. From your home to the arena. We proudly support the living room champions like we do the champions of the world. Providing you with the best tools in your pursuit to be a star. Official electronics retailer of ESL Pro League.
Everybody loves an underdog. Who needs to be liked?
Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
Your favorites will play soon. You hope for the win. Excited about the game. But something has changed. You start to doubt. Will they pull it off? Or will they drift away? You pull yourself together because you're sure they're revved up to win. You know they've prepared. They've picked the right course. And even when there's no chances, you believe they will win. GG Bet. Be excited.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Intel, Gaming Malta, Euronics, Mountain Dew Game Fuel, CS Money, MSI, GGBet, and America's Navy.
Grand finals for the 12th season of ESL Pro League. We head to Train. It's 2-1 lead. Astralis trailing, heading into Train and looking to choose the 5th map, just like Ralph Wiggum did. I don't know whether or not we'll get there. I have got some degree of faith in Na'Vi. Chad, how founded is that?
I think it's decent to have it considering they picked it. They've picked this for a reason. There's obviously something they feel that they can exploit, or maybe it's just more comfortable territory for them. But either way, as I was posting before we went to the break, I think this is a good map for Astralis. This is a map they've got 3 on the trot with Esatag. Lots of confidence for Esatag being their highest rated player in those 3 matches or across those 3 matches. And I was looking at some of the stat lines coming into this. Astralis actually on the T side of Train throughout the Pro League, they have the highest opening kill percentage.
Okay.
And then Na'Vi on the CT side, they have the highest opening kill percentage. But Na'Vi will be starting on the T side and Astralis will be starting on the CT side.
So both starting on their weaker side.
Yeah, I suppose, at least as far as opening kills go. So that'll be an interesting one to keep track of once we make it to that second half. But coming in here, I think that the potency for the AWPs on both sides, you know, this fantastic AWP is obviously Device versus Simple as that head-to-head.